What's the difference between a hard-on and a hamburger? You're not giving me a hamburger right now. Ha ha ha, kick ass.
What?
I just don't say anything. That's enough.
Only recently watched Anyone But You with Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell.
I've actually...
Is it true the first thing you said was, this movie makes me wish I lived in Australia?
I believe I said makes me want to move to Australia.
Well, have we got some news for you? This may be the most egotistical video on YouTube.
That's how we roll.
We are going to react to our own videos from 2024.
It's not... What if you, instead of thinking about it as egotistical, you thought about it as meta?
Children like to do what they see their parents doing. And so because I sit in my desk chair at home, Mabel goes, oh, that looks like fun.
Yeah.
And so she wants to sit in my desk chair, and it's like a swivel chair.
Yeah,
and because
right.
Mabel doesn't have much hair, I like to sit her in the thing, spin it around, and then do like Dr. Evil quotes. And it is the funniest thing, and I recommend it to everyone. So I say, Bridget, you sit in the other seat. Bridget goes, why? And she can just see the back of the desk chair.
Yeah.
And she can kind of see Mabel's hands holding them. So she goes, Mabel? Then I go, yeah, shh.
Play along.
Then I spin Mabel around and go, $1 million. And it's the fucking greatest thing in the world.
I've actually seen this live and it hits. It's very good.
Unfortunately or fortunately, depending on which way you look at it,
It's unfortunate.
Mabel has grown hair now and is less Dr. Evilish and more just like a regular cute little
person.
girl.
Yeah.
And so shame. But Toni got to see it.
Yeah, I've seen it live like a couple of times
Yeah.
and it hits every time. It's very good.
Thank you.
Does
I love
anyone
a
else
hack.
attempt to fly poor man's business class? If you don't know what that is, someone gets a window seat, someone gets an aisle seat, and then you leave a seat in between.
For my bag.
And you hope no one else books
For
it.
my bag.
The doors are closing, baby.
And they're looking good.
Someone once did sit between us and they recognised me. They go, oh my God, you make a podcast, eh? And I was like, yeah. And they go, oh, wow, like your mate's real funny as well. And I went, and this guy's like, I'm sitting between two people I watch on TikTok.
When I was 6 or 7, every time I went with my parents to other people's houses, I would always steal their tiny, sweet little baby Jesus.
Abduction.
I thought they were like a cute little baby for my Barbie.
Is that the ultimate sin? Do you think stealing
Stealing
a Jesus?
I think that doesn't get much worse than that. A few months had gone by. People around the neighborhood are starting to go, I think I've lost my sweet, tiny little baby Jesus. And someone else goes, I'm also missing my sweet little tiny baby Jesus. Then one day, Mum came into my room, opened up a tiny little purse and found out that I had 15 tiny, sweet little baby Jesuses. Doesn't this feel like the opening scene of a horror film?
Abduction.
Let's both do an abduction. 3, 2, 1.
I don't have my car keys.
Hang a mate out to dry. I mean, like, say abduction, not like.
Once Torbs and I were having sex in a share house and somebody knocked on the door and Torbs went, occupado, while he was inside me. I was occupado, and so was the room.
Does he still do that now in Pickle?
No.
No?
She doesn't speak Spanish.
Pork is my roast of choice every time.
Yep.
I reckon for me it would go like pork, then lamb, then chicken, then beef.
Can fuck it right off, yeah. Correct.
That was amazing.
Isn't that normal for everyone?
I don't know, but we just said it at the same time. Hadn't planned that.
Although, if we're best friends, you'll know the answer to this. Can we write this down? We've got a piece of paper.
No, I can write it.
Type.
Yep. Hang on. Don't say anything because I know what you're going to say already.
Have you just typed to duckin?
Yeah!
The wild card of roast.
I can confirm that I'm going to Mum's house on Christmas Day for lunch.
And you're getting a fucking turducken.
I'll be getting a fucking by a turducken.
No one knows your body like you. Maybe not for treatment, but you know when you can just like feel something's like not right?
Totally, yeah. Like a gut feeling, Gene. Yeah.
So a lot of doctors.
Yeah, they're real quacks.
Is that where that's from?
Or is it because they're always giving you a bill?
It's good gear. Still hits. Still funny today.
Anyway, doctors are encouraging people to trust their instincts. And if something's not feeling right, go see the doctor.
Good.
Now, Tarpa Nick, who is not Dr. Nick, by the way. I just want to be real fucking
everybody.
clear. There was a sign at his local medical centre encouraging this theory and mindset, and have a look at it. And read it out when you see it. I think you can. I think you can.
The best doctor is the one inside you.
Tarpa Nick says, every time I see that sign, I imagine Tony Lodge saying, and I've always said that.
Just a lot of good gear in one video.
That Dr. Gear, that's good. That's real good.
Oh.
I think especially because you literally fuck it up. Like that couldn't have been planned. That's crazy.
Can you tell if a colleague got lucky before work? Do they come into the office whistling, glowing, all easygoing? Yesterday, Tony Lodge rocks up to work. I said morning, and the response, oh, what a morning.
It was a fine morning, and I was maybe 2 minutes late as well, I think.
Oh, don't take too long to talk. We made a few jokes such as that, and then we got on with our day setting. We're still kind of putting this studio together in bits and pieces. Speaking of the new studio, there's this bloke from Ikea. It appeared Tony had forgotten there was someone else in the room besides the two of us.
Because normally it is just the two of us.
Yeah, so I go to pick up one of these soundproof things to move it, and Tony goes, oh, do you need a hand with that? And I kind of said in a fun, tough guy voice, well, oh, no, babe, I'm pretty strong. I'll take care of this.
Yeah, it was hot and sexy, as you can imagine.
Tony forgetting the IKEA guys here. The guy's 2 meters behind Tony, and Tony says, you keep that up, you could be the owner of the second dick I sucked this morning.
And I kind of do a slow turn, and the guy honestly was like, he looked fucking horrified.
Horrified, or was he like, can I be the third?
And the follow-up to that story is that he was.
No, he wasn't. He was the fourth. No.
Just calling in regards to blah. If you give me a call back on 0408 blah, 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 that would be great. Thank you so much.
Toni is so arrogant that she's got an 0408 number. Like, we never hear the end of it. And obviously, Toni's not going to read out her full number on the show. But I will let you know that I have an original OG Australia Telstra 0408. And you can hear the guys laughing in the background because they also know that Toni never shuts the up about the fact she has an 0408. And every time someone, like, we were at the bank the other day and the guy goes, oh, Ryan, what's your number? And I read it out and Toni goes, oh, such a number.
What's an 0424? So embarrassing. No wonder your mum left you.
Obviously, since then, she's passed away. Which is awful. Which is awful.
We've since learned that my birth mother actually died the day after that video came out. That was the final straw.
It was not. She was watching your videos.
I think one of the most exciting things in the world, and I'm sure that you agree, is pulling up next to someone that you know at the traffic lights.
Stand by
The
that.
best thing.
It is so fucking thrilling.
Awesome.
Torbs and I, we leave the house in our respective cars. We pull up next to each other and Torbs yells out of his window, show us your tits. Right? And I'm just wearing a jumper with nothing underneath. And he yells out, show me your tits, being funny. And so I go like this, reveal my breasts.
Tony Lodge.
So we're both the first car in the, like at the lights, and I've got my tits out. Like my tits are fully out. And as I've got my breasts revealed
Yeah.
at the intersection where the Preston Market is,
Yeah.
I hear this. And a little man is scurrying across the way, probably on his way to the Preston Market,
Yeah.
while I'm in the car like this, full tits out, and my breasts are illuminated by the headlights of all the other cars doing stuff. And this guy is walking past and he's just like,
Oh my God. And he gets to the Preston Markets and goes, 5 cougars, thanks.
yeah.
That is good gear from me.
That is good gear from you.
You know how like filmmakers or artists will kind of get older and go like, what a beautiful body of work I've created over the last 10 or 20 years. Imagine Spielberg looking back on all the movies he's made and just being like, oh my God.
Are you saying that's as good as E.T.?
What's a subtle sign that someone is really wealthy? They use the word summer as a verb.
Like, where do you summer?
Oh, I'm summering over here. No, summer's the name of a season, you f***ing rich prick.
Oh my God.
Summering
that's
is not
good.
something you do. Summer is a thing that happens to the world for 3 months a year.
Experience.
The couch is in the middle of the room and doesn't touch a wall.
Your couch is in the middle of the room as well.
I'm not adding you yet. Your time is coming, mate. Talisha says the 3rd child was planned. Finally, some guy Ryan commented, I know a lady named Toni who has a soda stream.
Yeah, I do. I do have a soda stream. It's very good.
So we keep hearing.
Yeah.
I've always grown up thinking that I don't like pickles because they're always slimy in the cheeseburger at McDonald's. And then one day Bridget was like, oh, no, I'm sure that you do. But she goes, oh, we don't have pickles, but I've got some vinegared cucumbers. And I was like, now this.
That sounds like a bit of me.
Yeah. And then I loved the vinegared cucumbers. And then she said, that's a pickle, you fuckhead.
My God. So all this time we thought that Bridget was a new mum. She's been a mum this whole time. That's like how you phrase things to children. She used to call onion and garlic because you said, I don't think I like it. So she called onion and garlic flavouring.
And it was great.
And you go, what's in there? She goes, just a bit of flavouring because you didn't like onions.
Yeah, that is true. And that still happens because with the low FODMAP diet, I'm not supposed to have onions or garlic
Well,
or
it
mushrooms.
upsets your tummy.
Yeah.
Yeah. She still puts it in though.
Yeah, and it's delicious. And then I have a sore tummy later. And all good, to be honest.
Well,
It's a net positive.
not all good.
Well, not all, but like I still got the delicious meal.
87% of Americans have a connection somehow to Dolly Parton.
And that's a real stat. Don't Google it.
Emily,
Hi, Emily.
Dolly Parton owns
This is my favorite day of the year.
Dolly Parton owns an investment property in a town that my grandpa once played golf at.
Incredible. Incredible news, Emily.
Practically best friends.
I thought you were going to say where my grandpa lives. I was like, that's a stretch. And then it was even worse than that.
The last one's from Ryan Christopher,
Hang on, no,
and
I
he can
need a
really go
second.
himself.
I need a second.
Ryan Christopher says, I work from 9 till 5. And that's the end of the story.
You said that they got worse. They got better as they went on.
When was the first time we discovered coincidence chat in general? Because that was one of the great days of the Toni and Ryan podcast.
I actually don't remember. No, seriously, if I was an ox, I would give you a hoof job.
The Houdini condom. When we finished, I couldn't find it. I think it got lost inside me.
Oh.
One day, a few minutes after, we catch our breath and he says, oh, do you know where the condom ended up?
Do you know where it ended up?
First of all, that's your job, bro. That hand gesture.
No, well, because it's just if there's nothing.
If I was getting a hand job from an ox, that's what it would look like. Their little paws with their little
hoofs.
little moose knuckle.
I'd give you a little hoof job if I was. If I was an ox. No, seriously, if I was an ox, I would give you a hoof job. Best friends.
And I can confirm since that video came out, I've been hoofed many times.
Yeah. Can't stop, won't stop. Hoofing.
Okay, this is a request from Toni. This isn't us. This is just a video we love during the year.
Tomara que a Júlia seja muito feliz com a escolha dela.
From the top.
Tomara que a Júlia seja muito feliz com a escolha dela.
Thanks for watching this year. See you 2025.
Love. See you next year.